you all. Now, without further delay, help me welcome our club president, Toastmaster Anwar Adam. Please give him a round applause. Thank you. Hand over to our president.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone, to Elite Debaters meeting number 55. And the very first meeting of the new term. Are you all excited?
Yes, very much.
Very much so.
Perfect. As a new term, one of the key questions which comes to everyone's mind is, what are we going to do this term, or how are things going to move on? Being the president, I believe my first duty as a very first meeting to give you is a vision for this term, what we are looking for. Being a daydreamer, I believe dreaming should be done while you keep your eyes open. And most importantly, you need to share your dreams with everyone so that everyone out there can dream along with you, and together we reach the goals. This term, this is what the Elite Debaters vision to do. We intend to focus on the club members, their debating skills and overall experience. Train and build new leaders for the club to carry the legacy. Make Elite Debaters at the home club for their members. And last, make Elite Debaters a standard for other debate clubs to follow. In our upcoming meetings, we will discuss in more detail about this vision and also discuss in plans and take feedbacks from you as well. I, President of Elite Debaters, call the meeting as open. I would like to start the meeting with our business session. We recently had the XCOM meet, and as I understand, we don't have any reports from everyone except the treasurer. I request our treasurer, DTM Wafa Salman, to share the report.
Thank you, President. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, loud and clear.
Thank you. As per the treasurer report, I have submitted all the payments that I got for all the membership. It's June and in July, and we have one membership that paid till March only. So we have extra in our budget 3 KD, and that's the report of the treasurer. All the members have paid their dues till September. We don't have extra money as we are taking only the dues for Toastmaster. Only one member paid 3 KD extra because of the renewal, because she renewed till March. And that's all my report. Back to you.
Thank you, DTM Wafa Salman, for the treasurer report. Since I understand there is no other reports for the business section, I would like to check with others if there is any other business discussion we need to have.
Toastmaster Anwar, I have an update. We have 2 members from other clubs who have expressed interest to join Elite Debaters, DTM Rohena, as well as Toastmaster Eno.
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Thank you, Eno. Thank you for Mohammad Riza for that.
Excellent.
I would like to hear someone second that so that we can vote these members to the club. I see.
IDTM Ram Kumar would like to second them to be part of a member for the Elite Debaters Toastmaster Club. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Ram Kumar. I would request Eno and Rohena to join the breakout room so that I can take the voting. I've opened the breakout room. I would request Eno and Rohena to move to the breakout room so that we could take the voting from the members to vote you in. Perfect. Members, Ino and Rohena is in the breakout room. I would like to hear if there is any member who would like to flag any concern against these two members. Ino Budo is a Toastmaster from Qatar. He had earlier participated in the inter-district debate, and he's a familiar face to most of our club members. And DTM Rohena Tanveer need no introduction. She was our immediate past area director, and she also has been a very supportive and active member. I'll give a count till 3. If I don't hear anyone, then we can proceed. I see Alan. Yes, Alan, please.
Yeah, hi, President Anwar. I was just wondering, he's from another club that was a part of the regional contest, isn't it? So during our next regional contest, would he be having the eligibility to compete from our club or from their club?
Good question, very good question.
We as Toastmasters are here not to compete. I believe we are all here for learning. So I think it is up to a member to decide. Even in a contest, it's up to the member to decide to where he needs to.
Which club he can represent.
So it is, we leave it up to them, as our duty is to train, build new leaders and debaters. If anybody has a concern, I don't see any concerns. I'll give a count of 3. If not, I would request all the members to give a thumbs up so that we can vote them in. 3, 2, 1. I see all them giving the thumbs up. And I'm going to confirm Ino and Rohena join back us. In 1 second, they are back. Congratulations to Ino Budo and DTM Rohena Tanveer. The club has voted you in as members. I would like you to please hold your applause because we will officially do the induction for them today, along with the other members. Without further ado, I would request DTM Wafa Salman to take over for the induction ceremony of the new members. Over to you, Wafa Salman.
Thank you, President. And let me now, I shared with you, President, the promises of Toastmaster. Can you put them in the screen? So when I'm asking them about the promises, you will know. Now let me call upon and make sure that they are present. I need them to open their videos. Arish Jafar.
DTM Wafa, I will not be able to turn off my camera, turn on
It doesn't matter, but you are there. You are there, right? So I need to listen from you when I say I do. Okay, fine. Okay. So Arish and Ola, Nahida is there. So DTM Arish Jafar and DTM Nahida Yasmin, DTM Ola Rashid, TM yes. Patricia.
Present.
Okay, DTM Sangeeta.
I'm here.
TM Tasneem. DTM Rohena.
Yes, I'm here.
And TM Ino.
Yes,
very
present.
good. So all of you are here. Super. Now you see the. Please, can you share the promises of the Toastmaster in front of them? So when I read them, they will see them.
Wafa, I've already shared it with them, so you can move on. They have shared it in the group.
Okay, fine. Fine.
They are able to access it.
Super. Fellow Toastmaster, it's now my duty and privilege to induct the 8 new members to Elite Debaters Toastmasters Club. It's an important occasion for these members to say their promise and put their commitment before the council members. Now, let's move on to the promises of the Toastmaster. I know that they are already a Toastmasters, but these promises should be repeated in every club as protocol. When I'll read all the promises, then what I need from you is to tell me I do at the end, and after that we will make the upload. You, as a Toastmaster, 8 Toastmasters member, you promise the club to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all of your project to the best of your ability, basing them in Toastmaster education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful, constructive evaluation, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for members to learn and grow, to serve your club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat your fellow club Toastmasters members and guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meetings so they can see the benefits of Toastmasters members' offers, to adhere to the guidelines and rules to all Toastmaster education and recognition program, and last but not least, to act within Toastmasters' core values, integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activity. You, new Toastmaster to elite debaters, will you promise to do all these promises to the best of your ability?
I do.
I do.
I do. We do. I do.
I do.
Thank you. Thank you. So by now, I will call to make sure that you are now officially a member of the club. Now, I know that the VP Education did not assign mentors so far, but it will be assigned because it's a debate club and you need mentors. It will be assigned in your next meeting. So I was sure that it will be done. Now, I want to ask the members of the club, members of the Elite Debaters Club. These 8 new members, they came to our club to learn some new debate techniques and to enjoy debating with us. You, as member of Elite Debaters, will you help these clubs in pursuing what they came for to do?
Yes, I will.
Yes.
We will.
Yes.
We will. We will.
We will.
Thank you very much.
We will.
Thank you. So by that, let's give them a big round of applause and officially accept them as Elite Debaters members.
Thank you.
By that, my role as inducting officer is being done. Back to you, President.
Thank you, DTM Wafa Salman. Congratulations to all the members, and we are proud to have each and everyone here. It's time now we kick off the meeting. And the real, I see Murli has raised her hand. Yes, Murli, is there any concern? Yes, please.
I want to congratulate elite debaters on achieving 1 DCP points with the induction of 4+ members.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Well, so it's time for me to call upon the person who is going to talk to us about the theme and take us through this journey of today's meeting, our very first meeting. For this, I have someone who is very dashing, very dynamic, our champion who won us at the inter-district, who has been debating all these years. Please help me welcome GTM Abir Naushad. Sorry.
Thank you so much. Lovely introduction. I don't know if I deserve it all. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
And what is better than this amazing and special meeting with the new XCOM members, of course, to kick out a meeting with a special team, which is Cheers to New Beginnings, or to feel the magic of new beginnings. So why do we always talk about new beginnings, and what is the importance of embracing new beginnings in our lives? It's because, as you all know, this is the only thing where we get more opportunity when we open ourselves to more and more change. I like a quote that the only impossible journey is the one you never started. So when is the best time to start a new beginning? is always now, now, now. The word of today is, as you can see on the agendas, I think you have in front of you. The word of today is scintillating. The meaning of scintillating is funny, exciting, or clever. I don't have the agenda in front of me, but you can use this word in all your speeches today. And an example or a sentence that it's just an example of using the word scintillating is that today we're gonna enjoy scintillating conversations and speeches from lovely and new members from around the world. So that's about the word of the day. Let me open my agenda now. Okay. So, as a Toastmaster of the day, I can't run the whole journey by myself. And I will have a group of people who will support me in this today. The first is the General Evaluator, who is none other than TM Quresh Dola. Please, Quresh, can you tell us a brief about your role today?
Madam Toastmaster of the day and fellow Toastmasters, a very good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I am privileged to be the General Evaluator for the meeting today. My role will be to invite all the role players that we have for the day, because the meeting cannot be run without role players, as equally it cannot be run without speakers and evaluators. So once the speakers have been done, my job will be to invite all the role players for the day and take a report from them about the meeting. And in the end, I'll present my report for the whole meeting. So hope to see you again soon after some time. Back to Toastmaster of the day.
We will see you at the end of the meeting, definitely. Now, the next role player is our grammarian for today, our lovely Toastmaster, Nahida Yasmin. Nahida, can you give us a brief of your role tonight as well?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster, guests, and
Good evening.
my dear friends. Today, as a grammarian, my role here will be to see the good use of English language, point out them, and then also check the incorrect use of English language. So I will be checking both ways, and I will be including during the meeting in my report. Also, I have suggested the word of the day, as Toastmaster of the day already said it. It's scintillating. Scintillating.
Yeah.
Yes, scintillating is an adjective, and the meaning of it is funny, exciting, or clever. Now, the example sentence is, along the way, you will get to enjoy fine dinner, scintillating conversation with people from around the world, and gourmet cuisine. So, dear friends, hope you use the word of the day and make sure you use a good language today. And back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Nahida. So let's pay attention so she doesn't mention us at the end with negative comments. I'm sorry, Nahida, I spoke about the word of the day because, you know, in some meetings, it differs from meeting to meeting. Sometimes the Toastmaster of the day and other clubs, it's with the grammarian, so sorry for that. Next role player is Ad Counter with TM Suhan Abdul Manaf. So please, Suhan, can you give us a brief about what you're doing today?
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day. For Toastmasters and my dear friends around the world, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. As a now counter, I will be noting the overused words or filler sounds used as a crutch by anyone who speaks during the meeting. The words may be inappropriate interjections such as and, well, but, so, you know, and sounds may be and etc. So that's what I'll be looking for, and when I'm called upon, I'll be giving my report. So let's have a very scintillating meeting. So over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, thank you. Last but not least, we have the timer, who is none other than our energetic Murli. Where's Murli? DTM Murli Manohar.
Yes, I'm here. I'll be the timer for the event, where I'll be showing for every event according to the time 3 colors: green, yellow, and red. And minimum is green, yellow will be in the meantime, and maximum will be red color. I will be sharing it through the computer itself, and whenever the session comes, I will be explaining my role, my timing for the every session. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Morley. So, is everyone ready?
Yes.
Okay, so let's start. And our first session for today is the prepared speeches session. We have 2 amazing speakers and new members speaking today and giving the icebreakers. So let's start with the first speaker, TM Patricia Nanteza. She will be delivering her first project in the first pathways, which is visionary communication, right? And it's the icebreaker. And her evaluator will be DTM Ola Rashid. So Ola, can you please tell us about the objectives of Patricia's speech?
Sure, thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, everyone, fellow Toastmasters, and especially to Toastmaster Patricia. As already mentioned by the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Patricia will deliver her icebreaker from Visionary Communication Pathway. And the purpose of her speech today is to introduce herself for the club and to practice the basic skills of public speaking. The timing, timer, please note that the time will be 4 to 6 minutes, and the title of her speech is "It Always Seems Impossible Until It's Done." Best of luck, Patricia.
Thank you so much, Ola. Morley, please, can you remind us how you will raise the colored flags from your side?
At the end of the 4th minute, there will be a green color. At the end of the 5th minute, you will see yellow color. At the end of the 6th minute, you will see red color, and it will be there continuously, but you will be given 30 seconds extra to be qualifying for a best speaker. Over to you.
Thank you, Morley. Patricia, are you ready? Audience, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So please, let's mute ourselves, everyone, so we give Patricia a count
Patricia,
time.
did you pin the timing? Did you pin the timing, Patricia?
Yes, Patricia, please pin the timer so you have the.
No, I'm using a tablet, so I can't pin.
If you double click on on Morley's video, you will get to see pin.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. Anyway, okay. So the screen is yours, Patricia.
It always seems impossible until it's done. This quote comes from one of the greatest leaders in Africa, Nelson Mandela, who earned the right to speak about perseverance and hard work. Fellow Toastmasters, fellow debaters, our esteemed guests from within and across all the borders. This evening, I have the privilege to tell you a portion of my life and how I've looked at the impossible events which have turned into possibilities. I live by the mantra, effort is important, but knowing where to make an effort in life makes all the difference. I'm very passionate about self-discovery, skills development, and talent management. At 18 years, I had an opportunity to start my career as a tea girl. And this time around, I'm going to share with you a scintillating story of my career. As a tea girl, I was very lively, young, and looking forward to learning. After working at 18 years, I got an opportunity to exceed and study further. I joined a teacher's training college where I graduated as a teacher of art and music. You can call me a teacher of creative and performing arts. It always seems impossible until it is done. One day, while I was with my fellow teachers in our common room, one of the teachers walked to us with a newspaper advert. And one of the biggest banks, Standard Chartered Bank, wanted a banking officer. I told them I was going to apply for the job. They laughed at me. They told me, Patricia, you are a teacher of art. How will you work in the bank? Remember, I told you it is very key to make an effort to achieve. I applied for the job, and I must say, I worked for Standard Chartered Bank for 14 solid years. Not only as an employee, but a top sales performer. Just like President Anwar's background that has accolades, I also have mine. Yes, I was a top sales performer. That's Patricia. And that's my tea story, from tea girl to teacher, then top sales. I was given an opportunity to lead my sales teams. While there, I was a trainer for trainers. After working for some time, I realized that I needed to test the waters outside formal employment. But before doing that, I joined a Toastmasters club, the first ever Toastmasters club in Kampala, because I wanted to hone my communication skills, my public speaking skills, and leadership skills, because I was going to start my own company. And here we go with my tea story. I now own a training bureau, and I'm a team building coach and a trainer of trainers. You might be wondering how I've been able to do all this. It is just as simple as A, B, C, and D. This is what I've been able to do. I would request you to unmute and read the word you see on your screen.
Attitude.
Attitude.
Yes, with a positive mindset, you can do almost anything. What is our next for B?
Believe.
Believe. What? If you believe in yourself, you can achieve what you perceive. And we have our C. Commitment. And with commitment. Yes. And with commitment, I mean, you ask yourself just two questions. If not now, when? If not me, then who? And the last one, and I want you to scream it out, determination.
Determination.
Just as simple as A, B, C, D. With that, whatever seems impossible, it will be possible. Yes, the first half of the year might have been hard, but don't give up on the second half. If you watch a football match, if you don't score any goals in the first half of the match, you try as much to score in the second round. Don't give up. It always seems impossible until it is done. I'm proud to be an elite debater. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Wow, congratulations. Wonderful, wonderful.
Wow. Thank you so much, Patricia. Amazing speech. not an icebreaker at all. Please feel free to write in the comment in the chat, in the chat box, anything you would like to for Patricia to encourage her or give her any feedback you would like.
Okay, just put that.
So what a scintillating speech. Are we ready for the second speaker? Yes. Our second speaker for today is...
Please give 1 minute. I'm on the 1 minute timing.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Okay. So moving to our next speaker for today, Tasneem Dalal, who will be delivering from the persuasive influence path, her level 3 speech. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tasneem. And the title of the speech is I Care. Her evaluator will be DTM Alan Paul. Please, Alan, tell us about the objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My target speaker, Toastmaster Tasneem, will be embarking on a level 3 project 1, managing conflict resolution. The purpose of this project is for the member to develop or enhance her understanding of the steps and strategies to address conflict. The purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspect of her experience learning about or resolving conflict. Her speech title is I Care, and her speech timing is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you so much, Marley.
At the end of 5th minute, you will see a green color. At the end of 6 minutes, you will see yellow color. At the end of 7 minutes, you will see red color. It will be there for another 30 seconds for you to qualify. Maximum 7 minutes, 30 seconds. Over to you. All the best, Toastmaster Quresh. Sorry, Tasneem Dola.
Thank you so much, Marley. So let's again mute ourselves, everyone. And Tasneem Dalal, good luck, and the screen is yours.
Not me. At least not this time. Haven't we heard this phrase once in our life? Or haven't we used this phrase on and off? We have this. Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster, and distinguished guests. Today, I'm going to share 2 personal scenarios with you about conflict resolution situation. We all have that one friend, a friend with whom we share everything. That friend becomes a part of our life, actually becomes a part of us. And you become that sassy aunt who shares every goodies and every good things with the kids. I was one, and I am one. Now, this sassy aunt is the aunt who always makes it a point to wish the kids on their birthdays and be the first one to do so. Unfortunately, on one such birthday, I forgot. How could I forget? But yeah, I forgot. Now, what am I supposed to do? I was feeling a bit awkward. The best way I felt was to send a voice note. What did I do? A WhatsApp? Took a WhatsApp message, sent a voice note, wishing happy birthday to the kiddo. Now, after a while or so, I checked the WhatsApp. A blue tick, a magical blue tick, which shows, oh yeah, the opposite person has read our message. And I was content. Yes, my message has gone through and I felt good that I gave my message. Now, you know that inner thing inside you, you're waiting for that thank you back again. And I'm a human, so I was waiting for that thank you. Again, I took a phone and I was like, let me check. She received the message. He saw the message, read the message, heard the message, I would say. How come they haven't got back to me? No thank you? That's bad. It's just a small thing. I just forgot to wish him on time, first person. So what's a big deal? A day passed. Still no messages? No thank you? Day passed into a week. Still no message. Again. Now it went on to a month. Then I said it's dragging on too much. I care a damn. I was late. So I was late. I'm a human. I forgot. But I wished at the end of the day, I carried on. One fine evening, I bumped into my friend. It's the same friend. Now, remember, I'm still that mind. My mind is hovering with that thank you, no reply back. So that scintillating talk which we used to have of conversation we used to have, turn into that very dull, hi, how are you kind of hi, and that's okay, fine, like carry on. And during that conversation, I was trying to avoid her somehow because I was still with my ego high. So somehow I just like was answering whatever she was asking. In that conversation, she happened to say that during her son's birthday, they had some tragedy, a family emergency. And she had heard my message, but she forgot to reply me because not she forgot, she got too busy with the emergency that was happening in the house. Yuppie, I had to be happy that she just apologized to me. But instead I felt very small, very, very small. Why was that? I should have been happy. I was waiting for this for months. Apology, or at least thank you for my message. But that time I felt really sorry on myself, on my thinking. This was a mental build-up, a conflict which was in my head. It was no one was there. It was me who had created this mental conflict where it was like, oh, I perceived something. I misunderstood her. And I created that terrible thing in my head. And I was like, I never wanted to resolve it. If I would have taken a step, checked with her, my conflict would have resolved long back, but I did not. A second scenario was at my workplace. I'm an ESL coordinator and I have 6 teachers in my team. During fall semester, the 2 teachers I saw, they had a very cool vibes they were sharing. It seemed that they had a cold war. And now it was not my matter, so why should I interfere? As usual, we do that. Most of us do that. It's not dealing with me. Why should I get into it? So I just did the same thing. Like, I care less about it. Let them be. Now it went on, dragged on quite a long time now. I was like still avoiding them. I still didn't want to get into them because I don't want it to be a part of their problem. Finally, I saw that it is affecting the students and I had to intervene because I was a coordinator. So I have to make sure that everything goes right. So I decided to call them upon. We sat and we just spoke about it. We spoke about it during our conversation and everything. It seemed that it was just a misunderstanding again. And it was lack of communication which led to so many issues between them. And basically it was like work stress, everything, which none of them came up and spoke to each other. And I was actively listening to all their problems. At the same time, inside me was like, I need to listen to people. That thing inside me arose like, I have to be listening now more. And heard it, and the problem was sorted out. What did I get from all these 2 situations? Did I care less about the first situation and care more about the second one because it was my workplace? Was it so? I don't think so. My friend also means a lot to me. So it wasn't something like that. Basically, what was it that the first situation was in my head? I created it. And I was the only person who had to resolve it, not someone else. I had to make a move. And I did it late. I learned it after that always make a move. So I would, as a friend, would advise everyone that if you have created a mental conflict with someone, please pick up a phone. Check on that. and sort out, resolve the conflict. Communication is the key to solve all the conflicts. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Tasneem, and very well said. Thank you. So Morley will time 1 minute for us to write for Tasneem some feedback and notes.
Okay, one second.
The chat box. And at this time, please for the host to prepare the poll for voting for the best speaker. Anwar, is it ready?
Do you want the timer's report?
Yes.
The first speaker, Toastmaster Patrice, she took 6 minutes 12 seconds. Toastmaster Tasneem Dollars took 6 minutes 40 seconds. Unfortunately, both are qualified.
So unfortunately, we will have to vote for the best speaker. Anwar, can you post the poll, please?
Unfortunately, scintillating time. Thank you.
Time up.
Now, I would like to ask, is Noor with us in the room? Because if not, we will have to switch between the two sessions, table topic session and the workshop or the presentation that will be done by Noor Muhammad. I guess Noor is not with us.
I agree with you, TM Modi. Let's start with the table topics, please. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Ram. So here we have Shyam. Are you ready, Shyam? Where is Shyam? Okay.
Oh, yes, I am.
So can we start our second session for today? Okay. So the next session will be an exciting one, I'm sure. And we will listen to silly what? Wait, the word of the day, scintillating speeches as well. And that and who will take us to the table topic session and lead this whole session is none other than Shyam Sundar. So please help me welcome Shyam. The screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abish, for the kind introduction. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. My name is Shyam Sundar, and I'm your table topics master today. A warm welcome to all of you, and let's enjoy today's most exciting, fun-filled, and the scintillating table topics. Before we begin, I will tell you the rules. Rule number 1, all of you, including guests, are welcome to speak on the topic. Second one, all you have to do is raise your hand, pick up the topic, mix it with a bit of enthusiasm, humor, an idea, your experience, or some insight, and your speech is ready. The magic is everybody is going to enjoy your speech. Before we begin, I would request our timer, DTM Murali Manohar, to explain the timing rules.
Thank you very much, Table Topics Master. Table Topics session is for 2 minutes. At the end of 1 minute, you will get a green signal. At the end of 1 minute 30 seconds, there will be a yellow signal. At the end of 2 minutes, you will have red signal, and you will have 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. You are eligible to be qualified for, if you have to speak for minimum 1 minute and maximum 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Over to you.
Thank you, Ditya Murli. Let me share my screen. Here we go. Trust the magic of new beginnings. We have 7 new wonders of the nature. Let's see who is going to embark on this 7 wonders.
Toastmaster, table topic master Mohammad Raza. Mohammad Raza has volunteered. Thank you.
Toastmaster Mohammad Raza, would you please join us?
Yes, are you able to hear me?
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. So here you are. These are the 7 new wonders of nature. Which one would you like to embark on the journey to the wonders?
Halong Bay.
Okay, here you go. Your topic is magic is believing in yourself. If you can do that, you can make anything possible. Magic is believing in yourself. If you can do that, you can make anything possible. Toastmaster Mohammad Raza, stage is yours.
Thank you so much, table topic master and fellow Toastmasters. Very good evening to all of you. I saw the picture of Halong Bay and I was so excited to speak about Halong Bay. But actually the question is totally different. Magic happens if you believe in yourself. The first time I saw the picture of Halong Bay was like 2 years back.
We interviewed her, but
The first time I saw the picture of Halong Bay was 2 years back. Till that point in time, I did not know what Vietnam was, what Halong Bay was, and where it was. I had traveled to the Southeast several times before, but I never thought of traveling to Halong Bay, to Vietnam, specifically for one reason. The reason was the food habits of the people in Vietnam is a bit different. They eat dogs. So that was something which was not acceptable to me. However, it was their habit. So the first time I saw the picture of Halong Bay, I decided and told myself, I have to see this place. And so last February, I was in Halong Bay and I stayed in Vietnam for 3 weeks. And out of all the countries I've traveled to, I found that Vietnam and Vietnamese people were the kindest people I've ever come across. So my stereotype was broken. It is not about how, it's not about the first impressions. It is about believing how people can make a difference to you. And once you interact with people, you realize, despite their backgrounds, color, races, they can be excellent people. I would love to spend 6 more months to a year in Vietnam again, and specifically Halong Bay. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raza. Let me once.
I'm ready.
Oh yes, Toastmaster Murli Manohar. So which one you would like to choose?
I've not been to any of this place, so let me start with A for Amazon.
Amazon rainforest. The topic is what you need is a few scintillating conversations every day. What you need is a few scintillating conversations every day. Toastmaster Murli, stage is yours.
Very good evening, Table Topics Master and fellow Toastmasters. What you need is a few scintillating conversations every day. Every day is a new beginning. Every day gives you opportunities. Every day gives you a lot of new ideas. But with this, what you can do, you can only be successful when you have some scintillating conversations, because you are not, even in Amazon, you're going to be there alone. You're not going to be alone. You're going to be communicating with people. Today, although we are in the virtual world, our communication has been strengthened and it is more active. So what you need is a good conversation. To keep your day very successful, you need to have positive and scintillating conversation, not just for the name's sake, because a positive conversation will give you a lot of positive ideas. With positive ideas, Dr. Abdul Kalam, the President of India, said, with positive thoughts, positive ideas, positive action, you can grow, your country can grow. So what you need is a scintillating conversation every day. If you don't converse, first of all, with you, they say during this pandemic, if you cannot go out, go inside and see what is there in you. You can be very successful when you know about your own inner strength. So Amazon is a lovely place where you can be there alone, scintillating conversation you can have first with yourself and then with all the people around you. World requires good people, and it can start only when you know, when you have conversations within you. Over to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Murali. Thank you so much. Let us look at the next topic and next speaker. Who would like to join us? Guests are also welcome. Any guests would like to speak?
Eno is there. Eno
Yes.
Budo, Table
Yes.
Talk Master. Yes. Sham, Eno is here.
Toastmaster Eno.
Yes.
Welcome onto the stage, please.
Yes. So
You can choose your topic.
I don't know
from the
as well any
pictures.
of this, but I go with number one. Iguazu Falls.
Sorry, which one? I couldn't hear you properly.
Number one, Iguazu Falls.
Iguazu
Yes,
Falls. This is in Argentina.
Okay.
And your topic is nothing can stop you from letting go and starting over. Nothing can stop you from letting go and starting over. Toastmaster Eno. Stage is yours.
Yes. Good evening. Sorry. I'm having some. Good evening, elite debaters. Nothing can stop me and let me go. As you know, in our lives, all of us has faced some challenges, and these challenges can stop you in going with your plans in your life. And coming, for example, to our current situation with the COVID-19, we have a lot of restrictions when it comes in doing business, when it comes in dealing with people, when it comes to communicating with people. But whenever there is a will, whenever there is a desires, nothing can stop us, and we can always find a way. And this brings me today at this meeting. I am a passionate debater with Qatar Debaters Club, and I was always looking for a new debate club to improve my skill. And unfortunately, we didn't have any other club in Qatar, only one. And thanks to the new technology now with Zoom, here I am joining Elite Debaters Kuwait. So whenever there is a way, whenever there is will, nothing can stop you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Eno. So, who is going to be our next speaker for the table topic?
Abir.
Quresh. Toastmaster Quresh. I'm going to now this is the topic.
I took Abir's name, not my name. Okay, I take it.
I spoke a lot today, Quresh. Go for it. I love your speeches, Quresh. Go for it.
Thank you so much. I'll go for table mountain, Sham Sundar.
So, which one do you like?
Table Mountain.
Sorry?
Table Mountain.
Table Mountain. This is in South Africa. Forget the baggage of the past and make a new beginning. Forget the baggage of the past and make a new beginning. Toastmaster Quresh, stage is yours.
Table topic masters, my international friends and guests, a very good evening. A beautiful topic given by my table topic master, forget your baggage and start again. We don't know what is going to come tomorrow. And we absolutely are not in control of what went yesterday. The only thing that we have is today. So I think you should never think about the past, nor you should worry about the future. But you can make a new beginning right now, and that is today. The way our worthy speaker from Uganda said, to start or to have a new beginning, it is just as easy as A, B, C, D. And I think it is absolutely right that you can start right from today and you have a new beginning without thinking of the past or the future. Most of the people always think about the past and they are always fearful of the future. But I think you should never be fearful of the future nor regret about the past. Live in today, live in the moment, and do your best and have a new beginning. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Quresh. So we have 3 more topics left.
Timer, do we have time still for the table topics?
One more can be okay.
Thank you. So Toastmaster Abir, would you like to take a topic?
Yeah, okay. We don't force in Toastmasters.
Okay. In that case, let me.
I win.
The topic.
I win.
Let me take the topic.
No, I'm joking. It's fine with me. I'm joking.
Okay. Thank you.
So Shyam.
I'm with you. 1 second, please. Oh, yes. Here you go. Which destination would you like to choose, given a chance?
Puerto Princesa River.
Puerto Princesa River. It is in Philippines.
Oh.
As long as you are breathing, you are just beginning. As long as you're breathing, you're just beginning. Toastmaster Abir, stage is yours.
Thank you, Table Topics Master. The best time to start any new beginning is always now, as I start my speech today with. So, what does this mean? Does this mean that we just forget about everything that happens in the past and move forward? I disagree with this. Starting with the new beginnings never meant to me forgetting everything in the past, because our learnings from the past are the most important things. Everything that we experience, our awareness, our consciousness in the past needs to lead us to a better place. And that's where the new beginnings has to start. with more experience, with more learnings, with more readiness to go for the next level, and then the next level, and then the next level. So yes, as long as we are breathing, it's always a new beginning. It's always a new path, a new opportunity ahead of us that we just need to learn again from and go to the next new journey. It's a never-ending process. It's a never-ending learning process, which is in all our lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abir, and thank you all the speakers for the wonderful speeches. Now it is time for voting for the best table topic speaker.
Before that, let us have final report.
Yeah, Toastmaster Mohammad Riza took 2 minutes 20 seconds. Murli Manohar took 2 minutes 2 seconds. Ino took 1 minute 27 seconds. Quresh took 1 minute 18 seconds. Abir took 1 minute 20 seconds. Again, unfortunately, all 5 are qualified.
Wow.
For the
You don't like us today, Marley. So again, I'm asking the same question. Is Noor with us now or not yet? Okay, Noor is joined, I guess. Yes, yes. Okay.
After the voting, we can move on.
Yeah, Mr. Noor, thank you. DTM Noor, thank you, welcome.
You may continue. We have closed the poll.
Okay, and the 20 minutes for DTM Noor? Okay, so welcome DTM Noor Muhammad. We are all excited for the next session, which will be a presentation with a title of Debate 101. So I'm so excited already. I always love to hear the coaching and the advice is given by DTM Noor. So DTM Noor Muhammad, the floor is yours, or the screen is yours.
Shall I give you the timing?
The time will be 20 minutes. 15, so I guess, yeah, Marley?
15, 18, 20.
30?
15, 18, 20.
20. Okay, great. Noor, are you ready?
I'm ready, Toastmaster of the day.
Best of luck, and the screen is yours.
Thank you so much. Let me share my screen. Okay, are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
Fantastic, sounds awesome. Good evening all. How are you guys doing?
Great.
A thumbs up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So how many of you know what is debate? So all of you have joined this club to learn this art of debating, right? So let's see. I'm sorry. Okay.
Surprise spoiled.
Right. So how, anyone, please, from the audience, what is debate? Anyone?
Debate is about discussing ideas and putting your points across.
Discussing ideas and putting your points across. Very good. That's the core of the debate. Why do we debate in the first place?
For clarification and for making sure that we are clear on that topic.
For clarification. All right. And what else?
I think we always have a kind of, a topic or a resolution on which we can talk both for it as well as against it. And always there are certain points which can be convincing both ways. So that's what debating is about, where you have to be convincing enough to convince the opponent, you're either the pro or the con.
Fantastic. You want to convince. Yeah, go ahead.
Persuade the opposite person for on our point of view.
Persuade the opposite person of our point of view. That is also very good.
My opinion is opposing arguments based on the legitimate, logical, ideally suitable concepts for the opposing viewpoints, and at the same time having a background of the knowledge based on the history, past, present, and what is needed to form a better policy, a better legislation, a better rule, a procedure, or a guideline for the benefit of people.
That's it. I'm ending my presentation here. DTM Ram said everything, so that's it. That's really good. That's really good.
Can I
So
put my opinion?
yeah, please go ahead. Yes, yes, go ahead.
Knowing the two sides of the coin.
Knowing both sides of the coin. Very good. You guys are all awesome. So I don't think I need to present anything here today. So most of you have said almost everything what I have to say. That's awesome. So let's go ahead. Since I have prepared the debate, now you have to listen to what I'm going to say. So let's go ahead and let's do the debate. So the debate is all about inquiry and the pursuit of truth. We want to know the truth. That's why we debate. We debate because we are in the pursuit of the truth, whether it's say anything, pick anything. Like let's say the sun rises in the east. Now somebody will say, no, the sun doesn't rise in the east. So you put forward your arguments and you tell that why sun rises in the east and so on and so forth. So things like that. So anything in life, if you want to know the truth, you have to see both sides of the story. You cannot just say that I believe just this thing, hence it's true. Then probably you might be wrong about it completely. So if you want to know the truth, if you are a seeker of truth, you need to debate. This is the idea of debate. Let's see about the duality of nature. The nature is always dual. All right. So if you see one side of the coin, you are forced to see the other side of the coin. The duality is what separates the truth into two parts, and two parts of the same whole. So if there is one side which says yes and another side which says no, they are always this part of the same whole. So this is the idea of duality itself. So let's see some key ideas in debate, because most of you must have joined this club pretty recently. And those of you who are also existing members and those of you who are guests here, welcome. So these ideas will give you a solid foundation on how to go about debating. All right. So there are two teams which use reasoned discourse to argue on a subject. All right. Please note the words reasoned discourse. All right. It is based on reasoning. It's not based on my belief or my opinion or my idea. No, it's based on reasoning, and the reasoning is based on facts. All right. So opinions will count less than facts. So the immediate goal, this is a very, very important point for every debater to know. The immediate goal of any debater is to convince the audience and the panel of judges inside the audience that whatever arguments they are putting forward on that subject which they are debating is better than the other team's arguments. All right. So it is not to convince each other that their arguments are better than the other. All right. The affirmative, the team which is saying one side is not trying to convince the team on the other side. No. You guys, if you belong to one team, you're trying to convince the audience. You're trying to persuade the audience and the panel of judges, who is called the jury. So you will convince the jury of your arguments are better than those which are put forward by the other team. All right. So keep this idea in mind, because this is a very important idea. When you're debating, you miss the idea. When you're preparing for a debate, you prepare as if you want to convince the other team. No, You are trying to convince the audience. Get this idea pretty planted in your head. The emphasis of any debate is on the logic predominantly. It doesn't mean that you need not have to use persuasion or there is something called rational persuasion. All right, you can persuade the audience emotionally also inside a debate. So, but the emphasis is always on the logic predominantly, right? Now, there is something called a resolution. We debate on a particular topic. All right. The topic, instead of we calling it topic, the debate term for it is a resolution. You can call it a motion. You can also call it a proposition. All right. In all cases, in most of the cases, in all cases, in fact, it's a declarative sentence which advocates a change from the status quo. Now, what is status quo? Status quo means something is existing and it is fine. You don't need to change it. All right. Anything which advocates, which challenges that status quo can be a proposition. All right. For example, somebody says, like last in Synergize Debaters Conference, we had AI is better than, AI will replace HI. Artificial intelligence will replace human intelligence. The basic idea is human intelligence is the status quo. All right. So AI is basically challenging that status quo that AI will replace human intelligence one day. So that can be a good resolution because it's a declarative sentence which is advocating a change from the status quo. Status quo means something is good, something is existing, and we are good with it. All right. Now there is something called the affirmative team. The affirmative team is the team which supports the proposition. All right. So anything, let's say AI will replace HI, the affirmative team will say, yes, AI will replace HI. And there is some opposite side that is called the negative team, the team which opposes the proposition, which says, no, AI will not replace HI. So hence we have two teams, the affirmative team and the negative team. Remember these terms because we are going to use these terms very often in debating. So whenever you say, which team do you belong? You say affirmative team, means the team that supports the proposition. Which team do you belong? I belong to the negative team. We oppose the proposition. Remember the words. The terms, when we use these terms, you should not get confused. It's very easy to remember. Proposition is a topic of the debate which is challenging the status quo. It's a declarative sentence. Affirmative team is a team which supports the proposition. Negative team is the team which opposes the proposition. Clear? Any doubts so far? Anyone? Any
No doubts.
doubts?
Very clear. Very, very
Fantastic.
clear. Thank you.
Fantastic. Now, what is a contention? You will hear this word called contention very often now and then when we debate. It is a statement which is supported by a set of arguments. I will tell you what an argument is. Just remember, a contention, it's a statement which is supported by a set of arguments. All right. Now, what is an argument? An argument is a claim advanced by support of evidence. It's a claim. What do you mean by a claim? I will tell you. So an argument has two parts. One is claim, another is evidence. All right. So anytime the word argument comes in your mind, it should come that claim and evidence should come in your mind. Argument means claim and evidence. Contention means a set of arguments, a set of claims and set of evidences together. That's a contention. All right. Clear? I will tell you what a claim is. Okay. A claim is a statement asserted within the argument that can be assessed to be true or false. All right. A claim is a statement asserted within the argument, that is, it's inside the argument, that can be assessed to be true or false. Let's say sun rises in the east. It's a claim. All right. I claim that sun rises in the east. So it can be true or it can be false. But to support the claim, you need something called the evidence. Now you can always claim something. Oh, I am very, let's say, I'm very humble. Somebody says, oh no, I'm very humble. Now that's a claim. Now where is the evidence is that this person is humble? That you have to decide. That person has to put forward evidence that he is humble. Or somebody tells you that, you know what, we attended elite debaters today and it was a wonderful meeting. It's a claim again. Now, what made it wonderful and the evidence what you give for it is important. When you say something, you have to support it with evidence to build credibility. Somebody needs to believe in you. You have to provide them with evidence. Without evidence, it's all in the air. It can be true or can be false. Any claim can be true or false, but it is based on your evidence that you decide that it is true or false. Let the audience decide whether whatever you're claiming is true or false based on the evidence. So evidence is a valid reference presented in support of the claim or the argument. So you have to provide with a reference. All right.
Can I provide one example? Can I provide one example? DTM
Yes,
Noor?
DTM Ram, yes, please.
TM Modi is gorgeous today. I have an evidence. Do you see Abir Noheb?
I cannot see because I'm presenting. All right. So, okay. Now you have to provide evidence for that. Now, TM Modi is a
Abir
gorgeous
Nohebi?
lady. Abir
Yes.
Noheb is a gorgeous lady. Now, what is the proof that she is a gorgeous lady? Now, you can see visually, you can see her and she is gorgeous and you believe. Seeing is believing, and that's one of the evidence. Number two, you provide evidence that a set of people come and say that, okay, we have done research on what a symmetrical face looks like, and this is how the symmetry of the face is. That means you have a proportionate side on each side, and hence, and you put that proportionate, the symmetry imposed on Abir's face, and you see that she has a very symmetrical face with the symmetrical features, and hence you say that she is gorgeous. All right. So you have to provide evidence. It's most of us, we usually talk in terms of claims, but we don't talk in terms of evidence. So it's important that whenever you state something, you have to also provide evidence for it. All right. Now let's talk about the term refute. What is the meaning of refute? All right. Refute means it is to prove an argument or a statement to be false or wrong. How? By argument or evidence. Refute means you will prove it that it is false or wrong. There is no question about it. Refute means that's it. You have proved a particular argument or a statement or a claim that this is false or wrong. Then you have successfully refuted that argument or that claim. All right. Refute means to prove it completely wrong, false. That's it. It's gone. It's demolished. All right. We use the word demolished. So if you demolish an argument completely and prove it wrong, then you have successfully refuted an argument. All right. And you do it by asking questions, by evidence, by argument, counter arguments. All right. We will do that thing in debate very quite often in the cross-examination. I will tell you also what cross-examination is. Now you'll hear also a term called rebut. All right. The rebut is to contradict or oppose in a formal manner by argument or proof. Now, how rebut is different from refute? Rebut means you're contradicting, you're opposing it by argument and proof. The same way you refute, but you're not completely proving that it is false or wrong. You are considerably weakening that particular argument or a statement. All right. So if you weaken an argument put forward by your opposition, you are basically rebutting. Rebutting also means that you support your side of the arguments, your whatever arguments your team puts forward, you support the arguments put forward by your team. That's also called rebutting. All right. But generally, rebutting means you basically weaken the opposition's arguments. All right. Now, let's look at what is cross-examination. Now, the cross-examination is an important aspect of debate. Now, why do we have cross-examination? Basically, it is a chance for you to refute or weaken, rebut your opponent's arguments. So in a cross-examination, whenever a speaker comes up and gives a speech, he presents arguments. He puts forward 1, 2, 3 arguments. Now, what you do in cross-examination is you clarify, all right? You find logical fallacies or inconsistencies in the reasoning, or you find that something is not correct, and you intelligently ask questions, close-ended questions, not explain to me why you said this. That is the wrong way of answering questions. Rather, you can ask that, you said so and so, do you believe that it is true? Yes or no? All right. So give them a choice, yes or no, so that when they say yes or no, you can actually go forward with your reasoning. Why yes or no questions is because it's easy for you to move forward your argument ahead, or to refute or rebut the other argument. So hence cross-examination is an important segment in a debate wherein you get a chance to refute or rebut your opposition. All right. So we will get to know about, since this is an introductory debate 101, I just want you to understand the concept of cross-examination. It's a huge, vast thing. We have, a series of videos done by DTM Dawn, DTM Wafa and Prince and me. You can see the videos listed. Somebody can please put the links to the videos on the chat so that people can have an idea about it. Now, these are logical fallacies. Now, in cross-examination, a lot of people will make a lot of, logical fallacies. All right. For example, somebody is saying that strawman fallacy, for example, you misinterpret someone's argument to make it easier to attack. All right. So when somebody puts forward an argument, you misinterpret it. You don't really understand the argument. You misinterpret it so that it fits your argument. So that's called the strawman logical fallacy. So whenever anybody is making, get thorough, read about these logical fallacies, and once you are aware, at least aware of these logical fallacies, when someone speaks to you, you can immediately identify how wrong people are when they are talking. In general, when we talk, usually when we talk in a common day-to-day talk, we make tons of logical fallacies, tons. All right. Even I am guilty about it, because until I was aware that this many logical fallacies people make on a day-to-day basis. At least people make around 100 to 150 logical fallacies on a daily basis, and that's an established fact. I can give you a reference for that. So it's not just a claim, but I can give you evidence for that. So
DTM Noor, you have 10-15 seconds. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Do you want me to stop, Ron?
No, you have 15 seconds more. You can go ahead.
I have 15 seconds more for 20 minutes, is it?
No,
Yes.
actually, we have time. So we, as per agenda, we are fine. So you can carry on.
Okay, thank
You
you.
have completed 21 minutes now.
Okay, I am sorry. Okay, I'll just end it. So these are cognitive biases which we have. All right, there are a lot of cognitive biases. I'll share this presentation with you all so you can look at the cognitive biases as well. Now let's look at an example of a particular proposition. Like, for example, euthanasia should be made legal. Now, the contention for it is we should not turn a blind eye to the fact that unregulated mercy killing happens in general. All right, this is a contention. We should not turn a blind eye to the fact that unregulated mercy killing happens in general. Now, there are certain arguments supporting this contention. What are the arguments? The doctrine of double effect, terminal sedation, do not attempt to resuscitate, or DNR orders, treatment withdrawal, or exporting the problem of assisted death. So when you have a contention, you have arguments. Contention is a statement which is supported by a set of arguments. So these are the set of arguments. Now let's take one argument, that is terminal sedation. All right, it's an argument. Now what is the claim of this terminal sedation? The argument contains claim and evidence. Let's say terminal sedation is the argument. The claim will be may involve giving a patient sedatives at a dosage where they effectively they give anesthesia so that this person goes into unconsciousness and risk shortening the life. All right, that's a claim. Now, what is the evidence for your claim? You say that the Division of Pain Therapy and Palliative Care at the National Cancer Institute in Milan reported that the patients cared for at home, that is 63 out of 120 patients, had unendurable symptoms which were relieved only by sedation-inducing sleep. All right, and then you give a reference for it. Now, reference is Ventafrida, and he published this thing in the J. Palliative Care, 1990, chapter 6, from pages 7 to 11. Okay, it's published at PubMed also. You give a link for that. So you see that a contention is supported by a set of arguments, and an argument has a claim, evidence, and then you also give a reference for it. All right, when you're writing in your speech, you say that when according to the study done by Ventafrida, and which is published in PubMed, Division of Pain Therapy and Palliative Care at National Cancer Institute in Milan reported that the patients cared for home at 63 and so was this thing. You state the evidence like that so that you include the reference in your evidence itself. All right, so anytime you're preparing your arguments, you have to have a claim, evidence, and the associated reference for it. Now, you not only just one evidence, a particular argument can have 2-3 evidences. All right, the evidence you can provide the second evidence for the same claim. All right, so that you build more credibility to it. So depending on the time, depending on the rate at which you speak, you can include more evidences. Now, how to go about a debate? Work as a team. All right, brainstorm, bounce ideas with your team. Debate is all about teamwork. All right, your team makes or breaks the debate. You win a debate by only just participating as a team. So define terms as closer to the truth as possible. Very important. All right, build your contentions properly and understand the opposition's contentions also. And once you do that, you iterate. Iterate means you keep refining your speech with solid arguments. You refine it and add more evidence, find out more references, and also work on your cross-examination questions. CX means cross-examination. Then you are ready to give a well-rehearsed constructive speech with a well-formed rebuttal and summary. All right. If you're a team captain, you will also give summary. Now, teamwork is very important. I am constantly stressing again, and I'll reiterate myself again, that teamwork, you get better results. It's all about bouncing ideas with your team, refining ideas, gaining new perspectives while learning to debate. Debate is always about teamwork. You have to validate your thoughts, this thing, because two minds are better than one. I always believe that. So if you are a lone wolf, you might be an excellent debater. However, debate is always about teamwork. It's a team which wins the debate. If you have any questions, any kind of ideas you have, please contact Prince and Abir and Alan. They are our champions at Synergize Conference 2020. These guys are amazing at debate. So please feel free to contact them. Please, moderator, could you please put the contact details, either their telephone numbers or email, so that they can contact? And thank you so much. If you have any questions, I'll take the questions afterwards, after the meeting is done, because we have exceeded the time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you very
TM
much.
Noor. It's first of all, thank you for the nice words for me, Alan, and the Prince. Of course, we are always we can support anytime. Thank you so much, TTM Noor. It's always nice to hear from you, and it's always beneficial workshops that you give. So let's move to the next session, the evaluation session, which will be held by none other than TM Quresh Dola. So TM Quresh, I leave it for you to tell them all about the evaluations and then to call up for the other role players. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. It's good to see you all again after a scintillating session by DTM Noor Muhammad regarding debate. Starting with my evaluation section, we will be going with the prepared speeches section. Am I right, Toastmaster of the Day?
Again, for the what?
Are we going to start with the prepared speeches?
Yes.
Evaluations? Yes.
Yes. And then the timer and the grammarian and etc.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. To begin with the evaluation section, I will be calling upon Toastmaster DTM Ola Rashid to evaluate our first international speaker, Toastmaster Patricia Nanteza. It was a scintillating speech and a very inspiring one. Please help me welcome DTM Ola Rashid to evaluate Speaker Patricia.
Before that, let me tell the timing for the evaluation.
Thank you so
Evaluation
much.
is for 3 minutes. Evaluation is for 3 minutes. After 2 minutes, you will get the green signal, which is the minimum time you need to speak. After 2 minutes, 30 seconds, you have yellow. At the end of 3 minutes, you will be shown red, and you'll have 30 seconds to wrap up your evaluation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, the timer, DTM Murli. I would request the host to kindly mute all the speakers except the evaluator, so we don't have any disturbances while the speaker is on the podium. Thank you.
Okay, General Evaluator for Toastmasters and my targeted speaker, Toastmaster Patricia. Good evening again. From a strong young woman to a creative teacher who led herself to be a successful employer in a bank. This is how Patricia presented herself for us. I really felt so delightful while I was listening to you. You really do have a very interesting character in a way that you make the audience really want to listen to you, especially the way you are telling the story. And this is not something that people learn. I do believe it's something already inside you as a speaker. So this is a talent that you really need to work and improve it more, because later on that will make you a great speaker. I loved how you were telling about your challenges, because people around you, they were telling you that you cannot do that, you cannot be a teacher, you cannot be a bank employer, but you proved them wrong at the end. But what I really loved the most, the ending of your speech, the ABCD: attitude, belief, commitment, and determination. 4 words you ended up your speech with, that you really make it so memorable to the audience minds. That was really in a perfect way, and this is how conclusions usually should be. But for any speech, there is always an area for improvement. This is why we are here in a Toastmaster, to improve each other. I would love to suggest 2 points for you. The first one, the camera, it was a bit not in a good position, in a way that the audience, they will not be able, or me personally, I will not be able to really see your hand gesture in a good way. So try to position your camera in a way where like just a half of your body is visible for the people. so they can see you while you are speaking. The second point, now the icebreaker, usually you are presenting yourself for the people. Yes, you talk a small part of your life and you told us who is Patricia and what she really achieved in her life. But I really wanted to know where you was born. You are from where? About a little bit about your childhood, about your school days. These kind of information, people, they will feel more connected to you, especially you are a new member in our club. But in overall, Patricia, you really did an amazing job. I will always remember the ABCD, and best of luck for you in the future speeches. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much for a detailed evaluation, DTM Ola. Thanks a million. I would like to call upon the next evaluator for the evening, DTM Alan Paul, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Tasneem Dalal. DTM Alan Paul, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and my target speaker, Toastmaster Tasneem. Well, I don't see her. I think she's with you, Quresh. Is that correct? Ah, there she is. You know that it's a great speech when there is a scintillating message that we can implement in our life. When we get reminded of that old friend who stopped calling us, or that colleague who started showing attitude. All we had to do was pick up the phone and call them, because communication is the key to resolving conflict. What a great message. And I believe everyone here will agree with me. Agree, not debate, will agree with me when I say that Tasneem is a great storyteller, because her speech was very easy to understand and had a great personal connect that we could all relate to. Now, Tasneem, I have a few conflicts that I would like to address with you. Yes, you're nodding your head, I like that. Now, do you know the primary difference between being a lecturer and a Toastmaster? Okay, wait, I'll tell you. A lecturer broadcasts a message and people listen, right? Whereas a Toastmaster interacts and knows the audience. I want to see that interaction. Now, I know that it may be hard to ask a few questions, but you can always start with the hook to captivate the audience. Like, for example, you can start with President Anwar, Sham, Patricia. I'm angry with all of you. I'm not going to speak with any of you. I joined the club and none of you messaged me. I'm gone. I'm going. You know, a message like this would captivate the audience. They'll be thinking, oh, what is she going to speak about? And then realize that it is about conflict. So this kind of a hook can captivate the audience. And moving on to my second point, I know that we are all online and most of us are comfortable to sit down and do our speeches. But that doesn't mean that we need to stop using our gestures, our body language, and our vocal variety. Because there were many instances where you could have used this. For example, I sent a voice note, it became blue. I waited for a day, nothing. A week, nothing. A month, and I had it. See, some gestures like this would really have an impact with the audience, and it could help connect with the audience better. Tasneem, you are a great storyteller who knows how to leave a great message to the audience. Just work on interacting with the audience, using body language and gestures to give your audience a better impact. If you don't agree with me, you can always pick up the phone, call me, and resolve this conflict. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, DTM Alan. You gave a beautiful evaluation, which probably I couldn't have given my wife. So thank you for doing that for me. I would ask the timer to please give me the timer for both the evaluators if they qualify.
Unfortunately, once again, both of them qualified. DTM Ola took 3 minutes 29 seconds. Alan took 3 minutes 12 seconds. A tough time for the moderator.
Thank you so much.
Poll has ended. You may carry on.
Thank you so much, President. Moving on to our next evaluator for the evening, I would like to call upon the grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Nahida Yasmin. Are you there?
Yes.
Thank you so
Thank
much. The stage is all yours for the grammarian report.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Good evening again, fellow Toastmasters guests. It was pleasure listening to your speeches and your words, and I have noted down many things today, but there were really few grammar mistakes. So let me just tell it. Some of them are I will be showing for. It would be used better. I will be showing. That's it. Really sorry on myself. It would be better if it was used as really sorry for myself. Felt sorry for myself. The other sentence that was used wrongly was I have to be listening now. It could have been used as I got to be listening now, or I've got to listen now. Another sentence that was used wrongly was whenever there is desire, nothing can stop us. So it could have been wherever there is desire, nothing can stop us. And that's just the few grammar mistakes. However, there are a lot of good phrases and beautiful words that I found today. Starting with it always seems impossible until it is done. Some of the words that really cheered us up and that was beautiful to bring it up in this meeting today. If you believe in yourself, you can achieve what you see. And the ABCD of TM Patricia. TM Tasneem, communication is the key to solve all the conflicts. Toastmaster Reza, believing how people can make a difference. Toastmaster Quresh, you have a new beginning without thinking of the past or future. Dityam Noor, we are in pursuit of truth, duality of nature, two minds emerges in one. Dityam Ola, I really felt delightful, and there was one sentence, I'm sorry I did not notice, it was going to strong woman. And I'm really happy that we have some members who used the word of the day, who used eagerly the word of the day. Please, I would like to thank Toastmaster DTM Abir, Toastmaster Sohan, Toastmaster Patricia, Toastmaster Quresh, Toastmaster Tasneem, and unfortunately, Toastmaster DTM Morali actually used the word of the day quite a lot of time, not only in the screen, but also in the chat. So thank you so much, GTM Morali. Actually, to award you, I would like to give you some, unfortunately, virtual cookies. So I hope
I want.
And I award this to all of you who have used the word of the day. So thank you, everyone. I wish you use the word again and again in the future. And let's end with a great meeting. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, grammarian, for a scintillating and a very exciting and a very happy report. In the end, everybody got cookies. So thank you so much for the report. Moving on with our evaluation for the day, I would like to invite Toastmaster Suhan, who is the R counter for today. Toastmaster Suhan, the stage is all yours.
Okay, thank you so much, General Evaluator. A very good evening to all once again, and that too a scintillating one. Why? Because you all have engaged me with the so's. Because the so is the only word that we always having a connection to. Whatever you do, we connect with the so this, so that. Yeah, so this, so that. things keep on going. Overall, now let me tell you who has got to be the king of sows, not king of Ours or the queen of Ours. or else I'll just give it to my report and then you all can vote for it at the end. All right. We're starting from the Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Abir, he had 20 sows, 3 Rs. Then went on with Ola, she had 1 R and 3 arms. Then I got to Toastmaster Tasneem, 4 sows, 5 likes, 3 that things.
Toastmaster Suhan, are you there?
Yes, he's there.
Okay, you can see me or hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so let me move on. Okay, Toastmaster Alan had 3 sows. Toastmaster Sham, 4 sows. Toastmaster Nahida, 1 R and 3 sows. Toastmaster Rohena, she just came in and she also wanted to make my report a scintillating one once again. So it's like 1 R, 2 Unos, 2 sows. TTM Noor, 5 Rs. 11 sows, 1 like, 6 all rights, and 2 Unos. Now you all can do the maths and say who is the best in who is a king or queen of R's and the sows. So well, this is my report, and I get back to the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Suhan. And I think we have a queen of source today, that is Abir Noahid. Congratulations for achieving the title today. President, do we incorporate the grammarian as the evaluator for voting? You're mute.
We have already completed the voting, so I think we can move on.
Okay, right. So we had, now I have to give my evaluation for the evening. The meeting started at 7:05, but we managed to pull in the time in the right frame, and we ended the debate 101 by 8:36, which we were supposed to end at 8:40. So I think we were right on time, and I thank you for the timer to manage the timing for the meeting. A beautiful introduction by Toastmaster of the day about the meeting, and before the meeting it was a wonderful induction about the new members that we had, Toastmaster DTM Rohaina and the other members as well. And I wish that the club increases members day in and day out. We have some guests. Do we have any guests today in the meeting? Or I think we have somebody. Toastmaster Varmeet we have. Toastmaster Varmeet, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Yes, so we have a guest here. I would like to listen from you about today's meeting. Any comments?
May I request General Evaluator to complete his evaluation? The President will do that in his time.
I agree with. I second DTM Murli, immediate past Division Director of Opinion. General Evaluator, please focus on an evaluation and let this segment will taken care by President. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we had a beautiful introduction session for the new members. The induction program went very well. The TMOD introduced the meeting perfectly with a great smile. And the topic of the day, the theme of the day, the new beginnings was perfect for the meeting. The speakers, we had an international speaker, Toastmaster Patricia. Our first international speaker had the first icebreaker. It was very inspiring. And another speech from Toastmaster Tasneem regarding conflict resolution. Debate 101 was the highlight of the day, where we got to learn a lot about debates. I am still new to debating. I did 2 debates, but still I learned a lot about debating today, and I believe a lot of other members must have known a lot about debating today. I have some concerns about the meeting that one of the hosts should be responsible for muting the mics, because when the speaker is on the podium, there are a lot of disturbances and mics are open. So he should be taken care of the mics, which should be off except the speaker. And I believe when the speaker is on the podium, especially for prepared speeches, I believe nobody should be interrupting the speaker except for the timer if he is going beyond time, or even just to remind him. But sometimes I believe that is also not required, because he has the flags for green, yellow, and red. So the speaker knows what timing he's supposed to end. So I believe disturbing a speaker in between would not be correct. So I would expect the members to refrain from interrupting when the speaker is on the podium, especially for prepared speeches or presentations. Otherwise, the meeting went flawless and it was a wonderful meeting. Good to have new members. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Quresh, for the constructive feedback we had from you and from all the evaluators and role players. And here we come to the end of this meeting. It was really a scintillating one, full of scintillating moments. Unfortunately, the grammarian is not counting anymore. So now I will hand it over to the president, Anwar, who will end up the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abir. I would like to thank all the members who have attended today's meeting, and especially all the role players who came up and took the roles. We had a lot of members from international, but I think because of the timeline, it's too late for them, so they all had to leave. But still a very beautiful, enjoyable meeting, and always, there is no meeting which goes without learning. So thank you all for spending your time, the speeches, with your thoughts. We did learn a lot of things. Now, without further ado, let me actually share with you the results for today. It's a thing which we do to keep our members encouraged. So let's see for our winners. First award we have is for the best guest speaker. And for today, this award is being awarded to Toastmaster Inobuno.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Ino.
Thank you
the
very
first
much.
day in the meeting and you go with an award.
Yeah, good start.
Thank you. The next one was the best table topic speaker. Any guesses?
You had already shared it on the screen.
There's
no surprise left.
It was a close one though, isn't it? So congratulations, Toastmaster Quresh.
Thank you so much.
Moving on to the best evaluator. We had two evaluators for today, both DTMs. And for today, the winner was DTM Alan Paul. Many congratulations, Alan. And now the last award for tonight, which is the best speaker. We had two speakers, and for today, the best speaker awarded to the person who broke the ice and told us ABCD, Toastmaster Patricia. Many congratulations to all the winners, a very good start. With this, we come to the conclusion of the award. Now, there are a few announcements which I would like to make. We have new members. We would be adding them to the group today. And the biggest announcement for tonight is our next meeting. Is that a meeting? No, we are going to debate it out, which will be on 18th of July. So just because we have new members who have not had a look or had a chance to go through our teams and our schedules, I quickly want to brief you up that we have divided the group into 4 teams. The team names are ready, and also we are also ready to debate. All the new members would be randomly allocated to a team. So by tonight, you will be informed which team you belong to. We also had the topics, and these were the dates. So the first debate would be between elite Spartans versus elite gladiators on 18th of July. And going forward, we will go on with every Saturday where we have the meetings for debating. So next, 2 months, we are going to really, debate it out. The final announcement, the debate itself, we also have the topic, resolve that social media has improved human communication. So good luck to all the participants. Good luck to the host. Good luck to the chief judge. So a very critical thing which a lot of members have been waiting for, what is the format we would be debating? The format has been officially selected. The format we would be using would be the TI standard format, which is the same format which we use for the inter-district. So I'm sure, a lot of participants here would be relieved by that. They have used to it. And also the judging criteria would remain the same. DTM Noor has promised to share a rough presentation with the members. And the first meeting or the debate, it would be done by the elite thinkers where DTM Noor is part. So he would be leading that, and briefing the team members on how the chief judging role goes. And the whole idea about this debate is to develop new debaters and also polish and give everyone the opportunity. So I wish all of you the very best. In today's group, we will share with you the documents for the debate documents and as well as the judging criteria. And with this, I don't see any guest here with us. So I think still we have time. We will just take one or two feedbacks, probably from who's joined us for the first time. Can we hear or take your feedback for today?
Yes. Look, first of all, to Toastmaster Murali, I haven't seen so far in all Toastmaster meetings and most efficient timer like him. Really impressed.
Oh, I'm honored. Thank you.
Yeah, really, really good, Murali. Look, overall, I'm pleased to join the elite debaters. I like the vibe. The vibe. Everybody is learning. Everybody is having fun, and I look forward to the next meetings together. That's all for me.
Thank you.
You made my day. Thank you very much.
No, well done.
Can we hear from our speaker number one, Patricia, the winner for tonight? How do you feel delivering your first icebreaker?
Wow, thank you so much. I feel so honored. It's just a great moment for me speaking, and I want to thank you all for choosing me as seriously and where I was coming from. I am the firstborn child of my parents, and it took them 6 years before they had another child. But I am very happy to be part of this family. I come from Uganda, the Pearl of Africa. Somebody taught me today that at elite debaters, we don't say I, we say we. So we are in it together to win it. Keep going.
Thank you, Patricia. Can we hear from Alan Paul, evaluator, best evaluator for tonight?
Thank you everyone for voting me. It was a tough competition, I believe. And I really enjoyed the session. A lot of new innovations in elite debaters, especially the president segment with the reports and the whole parliamentary procedures. That was brilliantly done. So I can see that there's a new trend that is set, and I'm looking forward to many more such innovations to come to make sure that our vision, not your vision or my vision, our vision comes true. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Alan Paul. Now I have a final question for two members out here. DTM Abir and Toastmaster Mohammad Reza. Have you all started your preparations for the debate on 18th of July?
On the 18th, yeah, the team is getting ready.
I've actually seen, a lot of teams already started preparing for the second and third topic. So there have been a lot of Zoom meetings, calls going. So it's very exciting to see how all of you are gearing up. And we are waiting to see all of you really debate and really search and find the truth. So good luck to all the debaters and looking forward. Yep.
Anwar,
Yes, Ram?
we have an immediate past president, Prince George. If you can give an opportunity to talk to him. Say a few words about
Prince.
today's meeting.
I'm sorry, I missed out Prince. I didn't realize he's joined. Prince, yes. Can we hear from you, Prince?
Yes, I am here, Anwar. Actually, I was so glad that this meeting is going to get over without me talking for the first time in like ages, I feel, So I was so glad, but Ram came back and woke me up. But anyways, thanks for giving me this chance to speak. And no, I was really happy with the meeting today. Actually, I was very happy listening to Patricia and the other speaker. I mean, it was wonderful. It was great quality, and I really enjoyed it. And more than anything, I'm looking forward to the scintillating debates coming ahead. So, Anwar, good magic on that one. Go ahead. Thank you so much.
Actually,
thank you. Soon to be DTM Prince George.
And he is our area director as well.
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
Area
don't forget
director.
that, Anwar. Come on, don't forget that. Yeah.
Our area director, DTM Prince George.
And yes, on 18th of July, it will be Prince who will be giving us the welcome note. Not as the immediate president, but as the area director. With this, I think we have come to the conclusion. If no other queries, okay, I adjourn the meeting. And now I'll leave it up to you all for networking. Officially, we have closed the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.